So, fighting type, last type I have left to do. Best type in the game, by far. At least design-wise. Very cool type. There's a reason why. It's all-out offensive. There's no defense at all. Nothing at all. In fact, in Gen 1, all it did was get its ass kicked over and over again because Psychic type just mauled it. In fact, they kind of made it like a joke gym in the first, even though it's, you know, fighting type gym. Let's get ready to rumble. But here's the thing. They made it a joke gym in the Psychic city. And they're like, ha ha ha, Sabrina, like, I'll just melt you guys. You guys can have like 2 Pokemon to give away to people because no one wants them anyway. You'll just die. And that is true. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. Ooh, cut the tape right there. But we got some real winners. And speaking of real winners, the best episode of Pokemon, the original, was one of my favorite episodes. P1 champion, Primeape, right here. And then you never heard from him again. So, you never heard from that guy. And why? Because Ash didn't like fighting Pokemon either. But I digress. We're gonna have a bunch of P1 champions right now. And we're gonna talk about why fighting type is still my favorite type and not that good of a type. It's okay, but we're gonna talk about it. So, fighting type, as I said before, all out offensive. There's like barely any support moves. It used to be entirely physical until they changed it over, and now there's only a couple fighting moves that are special anyway, and that's Aura Sphere, Vacuum Wave, and like Focus Blast. That's about it. If you don't have those, you're all offense in terms of attack. And they nerfed it again because Fairy just shits on it. And guess who's really popular? It might be a little thing called Tapu. So, whew. But don't worry, we can overcome the odds. But let's talk about other things about fighting. As I said, attack stat, a measly 119. Whew, that's great. And then you got some good speed right here, and then, ooh, special attack. Oh, let's not talk about that. And then special defense, let's not talk about that either. But, thank God Hitmonchan brings that up. But, other than that, attack, speed, that's it. There are some good things about fighting in terms of its type properties. A, if you attack with fighting, look at this. Look at this. Ooh, that's nasty right there. Normal, ice, oh man, if you have to be able to beat down ice because it's too tough of a type. So thank God we can take down ice right there. Dark, pretty good. Rock and steel. Steel is the critical one here. Rock's, okay, again, rock's not that best, but steel is the critical one. Now, I will say, flying and poison are very common types, at least for walls. And bug is kind of annoying to get around too. And psychic, you'd be surprised. And it has immunity. So offensively, fighting either hits really hard or just gets walled completely. There's no champs in those guys. Like, apparently you can't beat up bugs or smart people. Nerds in school, the bullies can't get them. This is a new age now. There's no more things as physical bullies. This is all online threats now. So, psychic type wins there. In the meantime, it takes super effective hits from flying and psychic. Luckily, those moves are not that common offensively, so you're a little safe there. There's acrobatics, and then hurricane. But other than that, you should be safe. Although I will say Shy Sock is a pretty common move. And you take half damage from rock. No stealth rocks. So my team will take resistance from stealth rocks. So we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. And dark moves, knock off, dark pulse, anything, we'll be fine. A-okay. And especially bugs. Bugs, not gonna have a problem with that either. Okay. And then fairy. Whoops, fairy. You gotta make sure that's in there too. So, fairy is also in there. And remember, Tapus and Moonblast, like, fighting types don't like the moon. All kinds of stuff. And very pixie-like creatures. So, apparently you can't punch them or beat them up. But I can with my gloves. I don't really know. We'll see. But in terms of defensive and offensive, it has some merits. Steel and normal. It's the only thing that hits normal hard. I guess that's okay. But the half effectiveness on poison flying really hurts. So, but it is a steel breaker. Steel breaker. Okay. Pros and cons. Dark and rock. Ooh. Okay. And it's very common, I should say, fighting type. So keep that in mind. And there's a lot of cool fighting type Pokemon, except, some Some will go over that are not that cool, but don't worry, they're not on my team. Alright. Also, I should say that Game Freak has an obsession with fighting type starters, because every fire type starter has been fighting for like 4 gens straight. They broke the trend finally, but it was like Gen 3, then Gen 4, then Gen 5. I was like, oh my god, dude, lay off the frickin' steroids on these guys, okay? Just because they came out of a volcano does not mean they're ready to fight. Even though, apparently that's what Game Freak thinks. But don't worry. We'll get some cool pokes. Now let's talk about the moves. Brick Break is a TM that you can teach on anybody. Shatters light screens in half. Like, ooh. Basically a karate chop. Pretty nice. Bulk Up is basically like a Calm Mind, but the physical variant. So, pretty cool. Aura Sphere is the better of the special fighting moves. Unfortunately, it's only learned on very minimal Pokemon, and you have to go with my favorite move in the game as an alternative. I'm being as sarcastic as I goddamn can. Oh, man. But don't worry. Aura Sphere, if you can get it, it's very good. It never misses. Unlike the other move that misses every time you need it to hit. Close Combat, it's basically your Blizzard. It has a side effect. It has 100% accuracy. I'll take the physical debuffs. You'll almost die, but at least you'll do a lot of damage in your death. Cross Chop misses. I'd rather get Close Combat if you can get it over it. Counters, some merit for defensive Pokemon. Text Protect. Drain Punch is a very interesting move. You can use it on physically bulky Pokemon and kind of like life sustain off of it. There are some notable exceptions with this that use this tactic. Specifically, we'll go over them. I'll mention them when I can. There's one on my team. It heals you based off damage done. Very good. Focus Blast. Okay. You're going to learn to love or hate Focus Blast really quickly. You'll see it on a lot of special Pokemon. You're like, I need a fighting move. It's so good. And then you're like, oh, wow, 120 damage. 70 accuracy. Guess what I need to fucking hit this? Glasses as a fucking fighting type. But no, you're not hitting it. Especially when you need to hit it. You'll never hit it. It's god-awful. It'll let you down every time. There's no focus in your Focus Blast. It's just a blast. And you hope it hits the enemy. Hammer Arm slows you down. High Jump Kick nearly kills you. You're finding a common theme with fighting moves that don't do something to fuck you over. There's only like one that's like, oh, it's pretty safe. And that's Brick Break and Aura Sphere. All the other ones have like a side effect to them that might mess you up. Mach Punch is a priority move. Very, very good. I think Bullet Punch is better, but it is what it is. Ooh, Rock Smash. You could break rocks in the real game and lower defenses. Thank God that's necessary. Superpower, again, drains the life out of you when you attack. It's basically Close Combat. I think it's a little weaker. But it's on non-fighting type Pokemon, unlike Close Combat. Close Combat's usually on fighting types. Vacuum Wave is that special move that I was talking about. It's the only one of the few priority special moves in the game. And that's all I kind of want to talk about. Sky Uppercut is rare. Sacred Sword's rare, but it's very good if you can get it, obviously. Any move that doesn't hurt you as a fighting type, you probably want to get. But too many times, you have to get the moves that are available. So, like, if you miss High Jump Kick, you're dead. But you tried your hardest out there, coach. Okay. Gen 5 introduced the most fighting type Pokemon. Wow! Thank God. Alright. But you want to see what Pokemon are in OU, right? For fighting type? Let's get down to it. Alright. Common threat. Right here. Hawlucha. One of the coolest Pokemon introduced in his gen. The Luchador himself. Flying fighting. He's got a gimmick to him where he has unburdened sweeps. He can either Swords Dance or Hone's Claws. And then run like a Citrus Berry or a Electric Seed or something like that. As long as he unburdens his item, he can sweep off that because he gets like 630 speed and insane amounts of attack. And he's got pretty good stats for a base Pokemon. So, he's your man if you want to just wreck shit up. Yeah, Hawlucha's always on my teams if I can grab him. That's how much I love the guy. Okay. Did I miss anybody? I just want to make sure. Okay, Lopunny. Man, I hate this thing. Versing this thing, it's got, look at its speed, 135 and 136. I don't know why it didn't give it 135 attack. I guess it just wants to be cute, like a rabbit. But, he's got Scrappy, so he can hit Ghost. So that's another thing he can actually hit. And this thing's tough to take down. It's got fake out, it's got high jump kick. It'll just mess up your day. Very, very annoying low punnies. You can hit it with a fighting type back, but chances are you'll be slower than this thing. Very, very quick. I know there's another fighting type. Oh, I missed him. There we go. Keldeo. The special version of a fighting type. He has Hydro Pump, Sacred Sword, I believe is special. Quote me if I'm wrong. And then or Hydro Pump, or I think I already said Hydro Pump, but it has water and fighting special stab. And 130, or not 130. Yeah, 129, sorry. Special attack is gonna hurt a lot. So, yeah. Just, if you run into this thing, it's a special variant, it's going to hurt as much as it can. But usually special fighting is rare, and if you can get one that's water type, very good on you. And he's got a horn on his head, so he's a unicorn. So for all those mythical lovers out there you go. Okay. I think I got everybody. There's one I wanted to talk about though, specifically. Conqueror is another Drain Puncher I was going to talk about, but you can run Guts and then Drain Punch, kind of like drain tank people and kill them. He's not the one I mainly wanted to talk about. Heracross Mega is a threat. He's got Skill Link, and he'll just mess up your day with like Bullet Seed or what's the other one? Bullet Seed and other moves. I'm pretty sure it's usually Bullet Seed, but just know that he has Skill Link, so he'll do a lot of damage unless you take him out with a flying move. And 185 attack is like that puts my gloves to shame. Okay, like that guy's got a lot of attack. Let me look here. There's another guy I think might be going into OU eventually, but I think he's UU right now. Until he picks up. If they reset the bracket, I think he'll actually be moved. I'll just be able to find him. I'll just do this in fighting type. Where is he? He's a new Pokemon. There we go. Kommo-o. Okay, so Kommo-o is very special, alright? So Kommo-o has a Z move that boosts every stat that you own, and it's a special variant. And if you get it off, unhinged, then you can pretty much sweep from there, unless a Fairy or a Tapu can stop his sweep. But luckily, Tapu's block it. I think it's the only reason he's rarely used, as opposed to, like, OU now. But I think there'll be more and more people trying to find a way to, like, sneak that in. So just be careful of that. So Kommo-o might make a entry into OU eventually, so just keep that in mind. I think he's really underrated. He's Z move, and it's changing scales. That's what it is. But for the most part, fighting type is pretty weak. I would say it's average to below average. It's very good as a offensive type to use, not necessarily to be. I mean, your immunity to Stealth Rocks, but for the most part, you're carrying a lot of burden with you. So just keep that in mind. Okay, let's talk about my team real quick. What's going on, Elephant? Glad you tuned in to this fighting stream. I'm going to talk about my team and then we'll jump into some matches, guys. Okay, I got Machamp, the original fighting type Pokemon. You have to have him in here. Everybody thinks Primeape was the P1 champion. This guy's got 4 arms and he's 4 times as cool as Primeape. So, Choice Scarf. No one's going to expect that. If I can switch into a Toxic, I want to do that. If I can switch into a Will-O-Wisp with Guts, I want to do that. So he's my Choice Scarf guy. Toxicroak is my special sweeper. Hey, Elephant, you level up your gameplay? You're ready to fight like me? And thank you for following my stream, dude. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you appreciate the fighting stream. So I got Infernape and Toxicroak. They both are on the special side. Infernape is my lead. He's got Encore, Will-O-Wisp, and Stealth Rock. What he'll do is just lead. Hopefully I lead against something I can outspeed and Encore it before I can do anything. Alright, Nasty Plot. Very good. And he's my special sweeper, Toxicroak. Scrafty is my physical wall. It's got Intimidate, Toxic, Knockoff, Roar, and Drain Punch. He's got a Rocky Helmet. Lucario is a special sweeper. Very nice. Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere, Hidden Power Ice, Psychic, and Choice Specs. Oh, Monotype. Oh, baby. There we go. And then Mienshao has Regenerator. He just jumps in and jumps out. I have something interesting on Mienshao. Everybody expects a fake out Mienshao. I don't have fake out. What I'm gonna do is everybody tries to switch their wall in to like take the fake out. What I'm gonna do is if they don't have a ghost, I'm gonna focus punch and get a free focus punch on the switch. That's the plan. It's gonna be really good. Trust me. I will get somebody with a focus punch and it's gonna be freaking hype. I'm gonna punch the screen. Not really, but I'll figuratively like go like this. Like, ooh, look at that. That looks really good. Okay. But yeah. So our team only has one wall, and that's Scrafty. And if we run into a fairy, we're gonna have a lot of trouble. Just letting you know. There's a setting over here. It's dark mode. Okay. So this ought to be good. Let's change some tunes up though. All right. So we gotta warm up. We gotta get like we're kind of getting to the ring right now, and we're gonna start jogging in. So.